You know, I finally achieved what I had been striving for a long time. But as soon as I realized this dream, I realized that there was nothing special about it, and I wonder if this disappointment will haunt me forever. Maybe my happiness is in the pursuit of my dream, in those moments when it comes true. If for you a relationship is something sacred and important, then for someone else it may be lost time that they could have spent in a strip club or bar. For example, for some people, family is something sacred that needs to be protected and cherished, while for others, perhaps, they never had a family. Or maybe they did, but only like that girl Nina from Steel Alchemist. If you think about it, a normal father is frugal, you can tell. A scientist has determined that one hungry mouth is less than two. Okay, some people believe in different religions, and we respect that. However, in history, there were dudes with Initz kayaks known as Vikings. They were pagans. They didn't believe in monotheism, but they believed in Marvel heroes, in particular Thor, Odin, and Tom Hiddleston. They had a hobby of burning down shrines and taking away the gold of Rolls-Royce from ordinary people, and they had no moral burden after the raid because their gods did not forbid them to make a mess. Look at how prosperous the Scandinavian countries are now, and it's not surprising, considering how much Loki alone gets paid for the movie. Okay. For some people, health is a great value, and this is understandable because the more health nature has given you, the longer you can lead a wild lifestyle without worrying about health, money, and success. Some people become rich by working on their business, spending the best years of their lives. Others get rich by winning the lottery. And what difference does it make how you became rich, if for the majority of people you will still be a simple fraud who just got lucky? And in the case of the lottery winner, it is. There's no need to invent a sob story about a difficult childhood. And even if he spends his money on girls, parties, and casinos, and in 5 years he becomes a broke man again, he will hardly be upset. Of course, there will be people who will immediately say, he's obviously a financially illiterate person. He should have spent his winnings, invested wisely in stocks or business. But the same many people have not been able to earn money either by intelligence or by labor. What makes sense to one person may turn out to be nonsense to another. And that's okay. And believe that your point of view and way of being is the truth. At least it is for you. If we have come to the point where there are no morals and values in this world, then we are free to create our own, based on our experience and the experience of other people. Why waste time proving to someone that your actions are right? This will not change anything for someone. For another person, you are a godless person. A third thinks you are a weakling. But as the saying goes, whatever you see in me is not mine. It is yours is mine. This is what I see, you. You also have control over your abilities, which can serve to benefit you or others, if you choose to play a good character. Our world is one big absurdity. Look around you and see how they live. Some people don't eat certain foods because they don't think they're healthy enough. Some people believe in horoscopes and fortune tellers, others don't believe in getting rich by honest means, and each of them is right in their own way. Why not in their reality? It works. Who are we to judge them? But they are right as long as they don't think these rules work for everyone. For myself, I decided to live without stress, to live in a way that does not spoil the lives of others. In my reality, I am right, as long as I don't hurt anyone. No frig is worth spoiling your mood over. Trying to respect other people, even if we disagree. I realize that there is no need to behave aggressively and defiantly. A deaf person will not hear. A blind person will not see. A mute person will not understand. People should take it easy on themselves. We are all just a moment. Do you remember how Socrates once said, "What do I know? I don't know much either." So whenever you think your lifestyle makes sense, just remember, it makes sense to you. Don't take life too seriously. If your goal needs motivation, then is it really your goal? If a girl doesn't like you, do you need to seek her favor? Setting goals and carrying them out are different things. Discipline can be both useful and useless. Freedom is not destructive. Enjoy the moment. Don't burden yourself with insignificant problems. Life is nothing if you learn to accept it in a real way without prejudice and imposed values, especially when you realize that many things that seem so serious and important are actually irrelevant. There are also concepts of right and wrong. For some people, it is right to eat a tribesman's shish kebab in a crispy breaded cheese sauce because they absorb all the best of Koresh, as Vysotsky sang in that song Pro Kuka. For others, this is inhumanity, for which they are banned for life. They can only admire the fountain. For some, a dog is a human friend, while for others, it is a snack. The soup named Sasha from the books is tasteless only until hunger takes its toll, and all human morality disappears. There is also the concept of fair and unfair. Fairly or unfairly, strength and failure win. It doesn't matter how many of them there were or what they had. The fact remains, as Bruce Lee said, "I'm not afraid of someone who learns 10,000 different punches. I'm afraid of someone who has one injury." So prioritize being honest or brute force will not help you live. Have you ever thought about why bad people often get away with their actions, while good people, on the contrary, often have to face terrible difficulties, which is not very fair and just either? That is, while you are trying to impose your values on others, your values are already standing outside the club with a cigarette and flirtatiously winking at other men who do not mind doing them. So, what am I talking about? If you think about it, you can realize that the meaning we give to life or some of its aspects may be just an illusion. In other words, a person looks for meaning everywhere only to make existence more understandable. God's plan. Everything is here for a reason, to fulfill its mission. In principle, this is a very romantic version, and it is quite true. Many people are flattered that someone needs their life. Also, the afterlife. The idea that assholes who cut in line, spoil the ending of movies, get what they deserve in the style of S&M. There's fire, whips, and Tentacly. This is karma in life, and I believe in it, by the way, although it is impossible to prove it. People make up their own rules for themselves, in order not to perish in the abyss of the absurdity of existence, as in the book Myth by Sophie Camus. Those who have read it know what it is about. When a person is unnecessarily lazy or doesn't want to deal with the meaning of life, he or she chooses from the options that are offered, and so life becomes much easier. After all, no matter how much we want to, there are no universal values.